It was my first day as a graduate intern at ExxonMobil in 2016. I picked up the procurement manual and I stumbled on the concept of total cost of ownership. One of the employees noticed what I was reading. He smiled and said, "It's your first day. This is something you would understand much later." But that phrase stuck with me. I didn't fully understand it then, but 10 years after, I have come to realize how much this idea shapes the way I make everyday money decisions. In simple terms, total cost of ownership is about everything a purchase will cost me from the moment I buy it to the moment I let go of it. There are really three stages. I buy it, I own it, and I eventually dispose of it. Most of us focus entirely on the buying part. Take a car for example. It's easy to say this car costs $20,000, but I have learned that's just the starting point. Once I buy the car, the real cost begins. Insurance costs anywhere between $120 to $150 per month. It rolls up to $1,500 in a year. Registration costs anywhere between $200 to $300 in a year. Fuel or gas, depending on what part of the world you are in, costs around $120 a month and about $1,500 in a year. Maintenance and repairs cost anywhere between $800 to $1,200 in a year. Disposing the car could range between $300 to $1,000. Over 5 years, that alone can easily add up to around $5,000 or more, not even counting my time and stress dealing with breakdowns. Now, I don't just compare cars by sticker price. I compare fixed and variable costs. Car versus car. One car might be cheaper upfront, but burns more fuel, costs more to insure, and breaks down more often. Another might cost more initially, but saves me around $50 a month on fuel and requires fewer repairs and holds its value better. Over 5 years, that difference can easily range from $8,000 to, say, $12,000. So instead of asking which car is cheaper, I ask which car is cheaper to live with. That's total cost of ownership thinking. To further drive home the point, let's take the two-seater car scenario. Let's say I plan to keep a car for 5 years. I buy a two-seater, two-door sports car because it fits my life today. I don't plan to change cars. But 2 years later, I get married. A few years after that, I have a baby. Now, I have a capacity problem. To fix that, I sell the car, hopefully at a good price, and buy another one, which means that within the same 5-year period, I have bought the same type of asset twice. If I had thought ahead and accounted for possible life changes, I might have spent more once, but I would have avoided spending much more twice. These are the decisions that quietly set us back financially. Another example that comes to mind was when I was going to buy a floor mop. I was caught up between two options. The first mop looked sleek and modern, but the total cost of ownership quickly added up. Disposable pads cost around $10 per pack, one pack every 2 weeks. That's around $260 in a year. Custom detergents would cost around $200 in a year, and batteries would cost around $40 in a year. Even though the mop cost around $150 upfront, the real cost of owning it over 1 year would be around $500, and that keeps going every year. The second option I chose uses washable fabric pads and requires no electricity or batteries, and I can use detergents I want. Pads last for years, which is zero ongoing costs. Detergent solutions can cost me about $50 in a year. Over 5 years, the first mop could cost around $2,500, while the second reusable mop might cost a few $100s. Now, some people might say, but you have to wash those reusable pads. It costs time and electricity. Here's the thing. I already do laundry regularly, so the marginal cost in time and electricity is negligible compared to being locked into the expensive ongoing purchases of the manufacturer's ecosystem. One purchase, minimal ongoing costs, no subscriptions, no batteries, no proprietary detergent. That's total cost of ownership in action. And it made the decision obvious. This is what strategic thinking looks like to me. Good money decisions aren't just about what I can afford now. They are about whether a decision still makes sense as my life evolves. Total cost of ownership is about understanding what a purchase will cost me over the time I own it. Am I locking myself into ongoing purchases? Will this still work for me if my life changes? Am I paying once or setting myself up to pay repeatedly? Most financial stress comes from short-term thinking applied to long-term commitments. So now, whenever I make purchases, I pause and ask, what will this cost me over time?